Warning, 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 warning. This is a emergency broadcast. Code red, hold on, code red, here we are. Pick up your iPads, your cell phones, and have me and listen to Uncle the Podcast. Watch out. If you're sitting down for this, or if you're standing up, you better get ready for this, because it's gonna hit the eardrums. Uncle the Broadcast.
You are listening to Uncle the Broadcast. My name is Aaron. I'm the nephew-in-law. Here with me is the star of the show, Uncle.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are at 179.
We are.
Getting up to that 180.
Moving up there. Now, Uncle, right at the head of the show, we were just talking about Paul Bear Vasquez. His passing.
I know.
Double Rainbow Man. Is there anything, and for those who don't know, we'll just say here, over this past weekend, he passed away. Shocking and sad news to hear. He had been on our show multiple times. He was on the New Year's Revolution 2 years in a row.
2 straight.
The past 2 years he came on.
Yeah.
Just and I was saying over before we recorded that he was a one-of-a-kind, unique guy. He was amazing. Uncle, do you have anything that you want to say about Bear?
Yeah, I'm sure gonna miss it, man. Because I know where he's headed, though. He's headed to the right place.
The right place, yeah, absolutely.
And it's going to be, wish people can reach that part. But he's going to be there.
He will be there, absolutely. Awesome guy. And,
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's going to be sad enough.
Very sad. I was
sad about this.
It's
actually, I heard it was your father heard about it.
Yeah, my dad was the one who told me. I got a text from him on Monday.
So he must have been listening. He's been listening, Father, to my shows.
Well, if you remember, Dad was on the New Year's Revolution with Bear. So he had kind of, in that way, met Bear through the media of the broadcast. So he was there for that. So, he knows him in that regard. And, he sent me the text. I was like, it was one of those things that's just like, what? And then you look, and sure enough, it happened. So
see, that's what I mean. Things can happen like that.
They do.
I mean, it can happen. It'll come, and boom. And that happens. Well, there's your example. What could happen.
Yeah. Condolences to his family. Love goes out their way, and Paul Bear Vasquez will certainly be missed here.
Yeah, sure definitely will be missed.
But, we're doing the live show here tonight, O'Shelley.com, as always, Friday night, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If anybody does want to call in, they can. 319-527-5016. What are we doing here tonight, Uncle?
I believe we have a guest. It is Bumwine Bob.
Return guest.
Guest.
Yeah, we've got Bumwine Bob here.
I was wanting to talk to him about his wine.
Yeah.
I mean, this is when we're talking wine here, drinking here now, since he got his beer ready over there. And I was thinking, what is his new evolution of the new beer, new wine he's got out?
We're going to see. We've got some stuff to drink tonight, obviously. So Bumwine Bob.
Bob.
How you doing there?
How you doing?
I'm doing great, guys. How are you? Thanks for the warm intro from Uncle, as always.
Yeah. It's always fun talking with you, and it's always a fun show with you, man. So it's always like so good to hear your voice.
It's a tradition, It's we do our springtime pre-summer show, and we usually do our winter holiday show. So we get the multiple times a year our gatherings. I mean, it's always a good time. So I'm glad to be chatting with you again.
Yep. And of course, we're going to be drinking some drinks. We're going to have different drinks, the two of us tonight. I did go out and try to find those ones you had suggested. I went to a few places, but I could not find them here.
Dollar stores didn't have.
But I've got something very similar here. But just generally speaking, what sort of stuff has been hitting the bottom shelves this season, this year? Is there anything unique been coming your way?
The big news this year has been the new, since it is the year 2020, the new MD 2020 Gold has been the big hit so far of this year. It came out February 2nd. It's just started to get more distribution recently. I got it about maybe a month or two ago. I finally found it in my travels, but it's still not out everywhere yet. So I'm not surprised if you guys don't see it on your side yet. But hopefully soon it will make its way over to you. So if you can find it, you got to pick it up and try it. If you enjoy pineapple, it's the pineapple gold flavor. So it's fairly tasty. I recommend it if you could find it.
Okay. Yeah, we had the electric melon with you on it.
Yeah, that was one of the classics. Yeah,
it was good.
I like that one. The classic lemon. I mean,
the electric.
The electric
melon.
Yeah,
has some interesting artwork on it. Yeah.
Very tasty.
Don't you think, Bob? Do you find that?
I agree. Yeah. They do a good job. If you've seen the label for the MD 2020 the Gold, it's got a pineapple on it with wearing sunglasses. Yeah. So it's a limited edition too. They say it's only going to be available in the year 2020, but who knows? With everything that's going on in the world today, maybe they'll extend it through 2021 as well. Fingers crossed. We'll have to wait and see.
Hopefully, I hope so. What do you think, Uncle?
This seemed to be the year of the drinking program. Voice was from this fellow.
For a lot of people, yeah.
There's a lot of drinking going on these days. I've been saying recently, it's it's just food and beer and alcohol is really all that gets consumed these days. And I look at my credit card bill, and it's just
Fine.
Okay,
I know your
food.
I know your bill has gotta be high. I'm not gonna say not, but that's true.
Might be all bum wine, but still high.
But it's high.
It adds up. It adds up after a while. It might be cheap. The stuff I'm buying might be cheap, but when you're buying the amount of it, it adds up after a while.
Well, you're drinking it's yourself, right?
Right.
Do your wife drink?
I'm the big drinker around here. I mean, I do 95% of it. So
95%.
That says it. That says a lot.
Yeah.
I've been having some nice nightcaps here as of late.
I have noticed that because every time I go in the kitchen, I see the drop glass.
Yeah, I'm using
the drop
those
glass has been sitting there. I said, wait a minute, he's drinking again. He's drinking again.
The Sequoia National Park shot glass has been put to good use.
But hey, yeah. I mean, same thing. I've always drank a fair amount, but it's a beer or two. Every night is what it seems to be these days. Haven't dove too much into the shots and the hard alcohol consumption, but you never know. From time to time, it sneaks in.
Yeah, sure. Now, Bob, what did you bring to the table here to drink on your end tonight? What do you got there?
So I went out searching, while, things might be, locked down. You still got to get to your essential, liquor stores to make your purchases here. And kind of randomly, I wasn't going out and looking for this one, but I saw it yesterday when I was out, and that is the Four Loko hard seltzer with a hint of sour mango. This is the new kid on the block. Yeah.
Okay, the new Four Loko.
Yeah.
Uncle, do you know what Four Loko is?
Loko. Oh yeah, Spanish guys. It's nice. Spanish fellows. They talk this way.
It's a Spanish name of sorts, yes. Loco for crazy, but of course they've spelled Loco wrong, which of course they had to do.
Yeah.
But what do you say about Four Loko just generally?
Also a Coal Chamber song, by the way. But go ahead.
Well, I mean, the Four Loko, Four Loko got the legendary status, when it first came out with its combination of caffeine and alcohol and whatever other shady ingredients they were putting in it. Then the government came in, shut it down. They had to re-release it with just taking out the caffeine, just focusing more on the sugar aspect of it. And a lot of the flavors, I mean, there's a wide variety out there. It's hit and miss when it comes to Four Loko flavors. You have some that are decent. I'm not going to go as far as saying, very good. But then you have some that are pretty bad. So it's hit and miss with the Four Lokos. But I think it was last year they decided to capitalize on the hard seltzer fad that's currently going on, and they couldn't be left out. So they came out with their own line of hard seltzers, which come in at 12% alcohol by volume compared to your usual, 5% for most hard seltzers. And
quick question, Bob.
First, yeah.
No, quick question, Bob, because I know you always know the history of these drinks and everything. What was the alcohol percentage when, I would say, about 8 to 10 years ago when this stuff first hit, where it was like real super popular among underage drinkers? It was like a higher alcohol content was the allegation there, but it also had the caffeine in it, I guess, and
right,
God knows what else.
It was the combo of everything. It was usually like around the 14%.
Okay.
Was usually where they were at, the 14% alcohol, and then combined with the caffeine and everything else, that was just, I guess, causing a lot of problems out there when the government came in and decided to, shut it down.
Well, it's at the height of the Jaeger bomb thing, right? So
exactly, yeah, Red Bulls and vodkas, things like that.
Cool. Okay, no, I just wanted to ask if you knew about that part of it because I was unsure. Thank you.
Yeah, hey, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to, bring the useless knowledge when it comes to alcohol facts.
Doing a fine job there, Bob. Yeah, I know that Four Loko was a very popular drink at a 40th birthday party that I was at a few months back. I think I brought this up recently on the show, but very popular. It was getting passed around. Everybody seemed to love it.
For Four Loko 40, it goes kind of hand in hand. So, if you're not doing the 40 ounces, for the 40th, birthday, then you do the Four Loko instead.
Yeah.
I remember going down to Long Beach, and he had his friends.
Mm-hmm.
We were drinking something, and it was in the drafting.
We drank some odd drinks in Long. Was this at a bar in Long Beach?
No, it was at the house.
It was at a house in Long Beach.
And a bunch of fellas were there.
It wasn't just beer. It was some weird drink we were drinking.
I think so.
Gosh, I can't recall what that would have been. We drink all sorts of stuff when we're in Long Beach. All the
you
good
got
stuff.
bombing, and then people know who's driving. Who's the next driver?
I don't remember that, Uncle. Who was there?
Me, Alyssa, and you.
Gosh, I don't remember.
And your friends from Orange. Your friends
from
in
Long Beach?
From Long Beach.
Huh.
A lot of friends from Long Beach.
I don't know. I like to drink a lot of stuff, but I'll just say what we have here on our end to drink. It's as close as a drink that I could find. And I actually thought about getting, I saw this was natural light or natural ice hard seltzer. Ooh. I saw that out there. I didn't get it because I only saw a 12-pack. I didn't want to commit that much to the natural.
I don't blame you.
You know what I mean?
Well,
if it had been a can, I would have gotten it.
If you get a test period thing like you're doing,
yeah,
only one can is plenty.
Oh yeah,
for something like this. But if you're gonna, like you say, have a couple of drinks,
exactly
6, 12, pop in.
I have to imagine the natural probably isn't great. So instead,
I had one of them. I had one of the natural light hard seltzers last summer, and it wasn't that great. So
so you're not missing nothing.
Did you review it on bumwinebob.com?
I did a taste test on one of my podcasts that's out there in the bumwinebob.com archives, so you can check that out and hear my live reaction to drinking it on air.
Nice. So you drank it, so we don't have to. I like that.
Yeah.
Well, he definitely volunteers to do that sort of stuff, which leads me to another question. Again, I love quizzing the mind of the man who has all the alcohol facts. There's a lot of these hard sodas out there now, and there's a hard iced tea, there's a hard lemonade, there's a hard seltzer, there's a hard everything. What do you think the biggest difference between the hard, quote, seltzer, end quote, and the hard soda is?
I think the difference is that they're trying to go for the calorie difference between the two, saying that the hard seltzer is, for the, the drinker that's trying to, watch their weight and their calories compared to the hard sodas, which do have a lot of sugar and stuff, and are probably, higher on the calorie count. I think they try to market some of these seltzers at, around like the 100 calorie count compared to like, 175, 180, for a hard soda. So they're trying to get the people that like want to drink and get drunk, but are still trying to watch their figure as they do it.
And this is why, ladies and gentlemen, Bob is the master. Thank you.
Similar market to Michelob Ultra, right?
Exactly. But for the people that don't want to drink beer and maybe don't like the taste of beer, people like seltzer and, mango or lime or whatever flavor you're going to get. And they say, oh, well, we can make it alcoholic and people will now stock up on it. And as we've seen so far, that seems to be true. I mean, it's everywhere. It's like the number one selling drink over the past year. So it's working.
That taste, what you're saying is true, but because of having a beer, you have this kind of taste in a beer. Right. So if you put, like you're saying, a fruit into it, it tastes more like a fruit taste.
Yeah, people want that fruit,
and that's what I think.
Who doesn't like fruit?
That's true. People love fruit.
And so that's what they go for instead. Oh, we know about the liquor and all this stuff to mix into it.
And you can't mix fruit into beer as well as you can into something that's kind of like an empty vessel, like a seltzer or a vodka or something.
Exactly. It's a basic, a regular seltzer is just, water. I mean, carbonated water. I mean, there's nothing to it. Then you say, oh, we throw in, mango or lime and sprinkle a little alcohol in there with it. And, people will like that. So, hey, I mean, I'm not really one for all the seltzers of the world. It's not something I'll really go out of my way to, drink on a regular basis. But in the case of, this, when Four Loko gets in the game, you kind of have to just try it for the hell of it, and that's what we're doing here today. So why not?
Yeah, and now in lieu of Four Loko, I did get a mango seltzer.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I have probably at the top of the market White Claw hard seltzer. I think they were the first.
Yeah, they're like the big name brand of the seltzers. Yeah.
So I got the White Claw mango.
I like the
spiked sparkling water with a hint of mango, and this was on sale at the grocery store. I'm like, it's a sale. It's
perfect.
Yeah, it's very similar, the same flavor as a Four Loko. So that's what we're going to be drinking over here.
I like the mango taste.
Yeah,
I've always.
I love mango.
Yeah, me too. So I'm kind of optimistic about this one because I did have the one. They just came out with the Four Loko, the sour mango, which I have here. The first one they came out with was a sour black cherry sour seltzer, which I tried that a few months back and was not a big fan of that, but I'm not a big black cherry fan to begin with. But I'm hoping, the mango will be a better one this time around.
Cool. All right, so why don't we crack these open and start drinking? What do you say?
Yeah, I like that.
We're going to open ours here.
Open
the sound.
Just that one.
Cans opening.
Yeah, see?
I'm going to pour Uncle his glass here, and I'm going to be drinking straight from the can myself.
Yeah. Man, Bob is even the master of getting the sound of the opening of the container captured on the microphone. I'm in awe of your skills, sir. I just wanted to let you know that.
Oh, thank you. It's not my first rodeo, so I know the tricks.
I was doing the same over here. I hope ours came through as well.
I did hear it. I did hear it on my end, at least.
No, we heard it, but it wasn't like this full-on capture that Bob got from the crack. I was like, oh my God, that is perfect.
Oh yeah, I pretty much had the can right up to the mic to try to get that going there.
That's it. Yep.
There's a technique that Bob has perfected.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take a drink here.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it. Yeah. All right. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
While these guys are drinking, I want to remind you that you can call in at 319-527-5016 while we're live. The lines are open, and I've got them, so you can call in during this. And now we'll hear about what it is these gentlemen all tasted.
Well, I definitely taste some mango here. You getting the mango on that Four Loko there, Bob?
Yeah. I do. I get a because they say it's a hint of sour mango, and I do taste the mango, and it is a little sour too. You know, they're not faking here.
No, it does sound like it's a little.
Yeah, so yours is sour too. Ours doesn't have the sourness.
Yeah.
You don't?
It
didn't feel like to me. You got different taste buds there.
It is sour? Okay, I'm sorry.
Sidekick, you got the wrong side comes in this kind of stuff.
I guess it is then.
I mean, because I got that sour taste myself.
Sour.
It's a sour whole way around.
Gosh, yeah. I mean, this is okay. This is all right. Okay. Like you're saying, Bob, it's not my drink either, the seltzer, but, it's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, this one isn't that bad, for being a hard seltzer with a hint of sour mango. It's just not that bad. I mean, it's certainly way better than the black cherry one that I had of the Four Loko variety.
Oh. Now, what's the alcohol content on that Four Loko now? Where they got that at?
This is at 12%.
Ooh, wow.
This is at
12%? Yeah. Well, ours, Uncle, is only a 5%.
Yeah. That's the most of the seltzers out there are at that 5% range. But since it's Four Loko, they have to
up the ante.
Exactly.
It can't be a 5% Four Loko.
No, that's what they said. When they came out and they said that they were going to enter when Four Loko said they were going to enter the hard seltzer market, everybody was like, "Really? Is this legit?" And everybody thought it was a joke at first.
I'm thinking Vochoco. It sounds like a chicken place. Four Loko, that restaurant. I'm thinking.
Sounds like that restaurant name?
That chicken place. You said, Loko. I said, we're talking chicken again.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the drink.
El Pollo Loco.
Yeah, that.
Sounds like you could get empanadas there, maybe. It'd be good, I bet.
It might pair well with the sour mango. I mean, might not be a bad idea.
It is a mango. You do got a mango now. That says mango.
Yeah. So clearly it says mango. It's got the yellow stripe on the can. It's White Claw is good. I gotta say, I find their logo aesthetically pleasing. I like the water, the wave on it, and sort of the aesthetic of the can is well done. It really moves your eye around the can well. So they get that right. On the art side of things, it looks good.
Yeah, I mean they do a great job with the marketing side of it, with how everything looks with it. I mean, even though they really don't, I haven't really seen much advertising from them on TV. I don't really recall seeing many White Claw, commercials or anything like that. But I mean, I guess it was just because they were like one of the first ones out there with the hard seltzers. People kind of flocked to it. Like you said, they're kind of like the number one hard seltzer brand out there right now. So they're doing something right.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. They figured out their market. They've nailed it. It'll be interesting to see how long it lasts. Kind of like it's similar to the LaCroix, just straight seltzer water.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was huge for a while, and that fell off. I don't know if the same thing's going to happen to White Claw, but
hey, here's an interesting test question for the master of alcohol from the chat room, and it's about pairing. And the question is, I'm going to rephrase it because I'm having trouble now getting my computer to put it back up in front of me. But basically, they wanted to know, they asked if you were like an In-N-Out burger guy, which I said I don't believe there's any In-N-Out burgers in the part of the country where Bob lives. Or what, when you get, in that place where the alcohol causes you to have to go grab something to eat. So I'm wondering, when you get a good buzz going, is it White Castle or what?
Oh, that's right.
I have had many a nights with White Castles and
Oh, yeah.
and beer.
Told
Not
you,
always
Aaron.
a great resolution, I guess, the next day. But yeah, I've posted some pictures out there of some of me and my friends. Maybe 5-6 years ago. Being out at the bar, getting drinks, and where we used to go, there was a White Castle right next to the place we were at. So we usually pick up a Crave case, go back to my friend's house, then house all those burgers while still, drinking, and then the next morning might be a little iffy.
Yeah.
But
We were
yeah,
talking
White Castle was always good. Yeah.
I love White Castle. That came up with our last guest, White Castle. I love it.
Last guest, I said something, but it isn't here yet. But
Uh-oh.
of course, we was going to have a special thing about White Castle for Castle
We could review that
hamburger, White Castles.
because they have them in the freezer section out here because they don't have the restaurant. But
They have them
the
in the
freezer
freezer out here, like 12 to 16.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I was going to say, next time this other guest that we have comes on the guest, I
Sure.
said we'll have
Review a White Castle.
We'll review them. I told him that. Remember?
Yeah.
That was last week? It was
Yeah,
last week.
yeah, sure.
was
It'd
last
be a
week.
good thing to review. I
I want
love
to
White
review it.
Castle.
I
Yeah.
want to review it.
Yeah, let's get some food reviews from you guys too.
That's what I'm thinking of doing that too. None of this beer stuff right now. I'd like to get some food in the subject.
Maybe beer and food all at
Yeah.
the same time.
You
Mix
got to
it
do the pairings. Yeah, do some pairings. That's
mix it together. I'm thinking of doing that.
Maybe we could do that with you next time,
Yeah.
Bob. We could really get elaborate and get some sort of food and.
there we go. Yeah, I like it. Yeah. See, we're expanding every time we chat and we get together. We try to.
Last time me and producer over there, he had the hamburgers and the French fries. He produced the French fries.
Oh yeah, Chuck did a
Chuck.
dollar store French fry review when Uncle
It was
talked to him for
funny.
the first time ever. Yeah.
See, perfect.
Yep, dollar store beer review on top of dollar store French fry review. So I don't know, it was a thing, and when you've been drinking some, French fries are almost always a good idea.
Yeah, pretty much anything's really a good idea if you've been drinking. When you get to that point where you're just like, all right, I'm hungry, I need something to eat. I really do not care what it is. If it's cold pizza, whatever's in the fridge. I mean, it's like, all right, I just need something to eat to just kind of soak up the alcohol in my stomach.
No, fair enough. But listen, after you've drank enough, everything is a good idea except drunk dialing your ex-wife. I mean, outside of that, you said.
Definitely a bad idea.
Oh, no.
Oh man.
All right, now that we got down to what's going on around here,
Mm-hmm.
I went to the descriptions. What is this ratings? We'll
Yeah.
give the Nest Test guy, our guest, the first number.
Okay.
Since we're waiting.
Are you ready to give this the 1 to 10 rating, Bob, on the
Bob.
Four Locos?
Hello.
Okay, I was doing some thinking about it, while we're chatting here, hard at work over here, thinking of a fair rating for this. And the number that popped into my head first, which I'm sticking with, is a 6. It's it's not great. It's just a little above average. Could I drink this again? Yes. Am I going to go out of my way to drink it again? Probably not. But it's for a hard seltzer, mango. The flavor is actually pretty good. It's not too sour. Just a lot of that carbonation that I keep burping over here with the with it. But yeah, I give it a solid 6 for the Four Loko hard seltzer with a hint of sour mango.
All right. Very good. All right, I'm going to do my review of the White Claw hard seltzer mango. It's funny. Just before you said your number, Bob, I thought of mine, and I also thought 6 for this. It's because it's exactly as you said. It's like it's okay. It's like better than the average, like something that's really bad, like say Natural Light. I'd rather drink this than that. But
right.
I'd also rather drink a whole lot of other things I usually drink, and I will. And it's cool to try something different. But 6. I'm gonna say on this one.
Well,
Now, Uncle, it's come to you, the man of the hour.
You all got the higher than me tonight.
Really?
It's a shock experience. I like the mango taste.
Okay.
Only wrong on that. I love the mango taste. But it's dropping 1. 5.
5. Okay, you're 5. Wow, that might be the lowest rating you've ever given on.
Oh, I was on 2.
It's incredibly low, yeah. Oh, you've given it 2 before. Do you remember what that was?
No, 1.
You've given it a 1.
Yeah, I forgot what.
Yeah, I guess you did.
There was one terrible taste, I think.
Yeah.
I gave a testable 1.
But you're not wild about this, the hard seltzer.
Not really, because we've had seltzer. I've been drinking seltzer water. Now, the seltzer water, let me tell you, that he's always gotten much tasting than that, than just regular water, than having this with the parts of beer. It tastes.
You like the non-alcoholic kind, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that kind a lot, too.
I mean, that would go maybe a little higher for me on that standpoint.
I feel like the seltzer with alcohol is a really odd combo. There's something about it that just doesn't seem right. Like, I love seltzer water, like you're saying.
Yeah.
Water. What do you think about that, Bob?
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that too, because I do drink from time to time. I drink a lot of just regular, seltzer. I try to keep a lot of my calories to alcohol, and I try not to drink, a lot of soda and, juice and stuff like that. So, throughout the course of a day, I'll usually just drink a lot of water or a seltzer, like, a lime, just regular can of lime seltzer.
Yeah.
Raspberry, orange. I mean, a lot of different flavors of just regular seltzer water. But I think I'm with you on that. I like my seltzer as just a plain regular seltzer, no alcohol with it. It's like once you add the alcohol to it, it kind of just has a funky flavor to it. I mean, at least with this one, it's like I taste the mango, but it's kind of like a flat mango flavor to it.
Right. That's it. That's what
and it's like I'd rather just have my seltzer, and then you can always mix up, throw some, flavored vodka or something into your seltzer instead of having it in a can. But I think the three of us are kind of on the same page with it, but the rest of the country seems to love this stuff. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's what blows me away is what a phenomenon it's been. People love it. It's like their drink. I'm like, what? Really? I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm in some some drinking groups on Facebook and stuff, and all I see constantly is people posting pictures like sitting outside drinking their White Claws, constantly, and I'm like, man, does anybody drink anything other than this?
See, but most of the country thinks that Papa John's is actually pizza too. So what are you going to do?
That's true. You have a good point with that.
You have this seltzer drink. Now you put the seltzer in the mix with all this stuff. It doesn't feel like you have the liquid. The alcohol taste.
Yeah, it's
the taste.
It
knocks it down, more or less.
I think, and you're right. I think that's kind of the selling point of it too, is that it doesn't taste like alcohol. So people will drink more of it and not realize that it's alcohol. I mean, like even this, the Four Loko, which Four Lokos are notorious for having a strong alcohol taste to them, or that burn on the way down when you drink it. But this is fairly smooth drinking it, and all I taste is the mango. So like you said, is trying to taste like the mango flavor, but you don't taste the alcohol with it. So I guess that's what people like. They don't like to taste their alcohol, I guess.
See, that was the thought I just had, is what if you took it and used it as a mixer? And either through, I don't know, depending on the flavor, because I'm not getting a good flavor profile idea from you guys here. It could be the kind of thing you throw vodka into, or it could be the kind of thing you throw a shot of Southern Comfort into a glass of it. Not sure which.
And I have seen a lot of people have been doing some with the White Claws, some like slushies with them, like put them in a blender with some ice, put it in the White Claw, whatever flavor mango, then throw in, like you said, some vodka or some rum or something in there with it to use it as a mixer for like a slushy type drink, which that I think could be, pretty good, great, for the summer, to hang out and sip on that. So yeah, using it with something else could be a better use of it. So I hear you on that one.
I think on my Levolution shows, I think I'm gonna do something different. Getting this sidekick here to do his mixing and try to put all this stuff together into the mixture and see how it all tastes. How would that sound?
Just mix everything. Throw every alcoholic beverage in a blender and see how it comes out.
That's
the old suicide drink.
That's what I'd like to try this.
Hey, on the Jersey Shore, that used to be Garbage Pail Punch, baby. And it was everything you could round up, and you throw it into a clean garbage can, and then everybody's got to come by and dunk their red cups into it. You know what I'm talking about, Bob?
Have you ever had that, Bob?
Not. I mean, I've had some. I've mixed up some of my own, concoctions with a variety of different, bum wines that I've had laying around, things like that. But haven't gone as far as Chuck said with, the garbage pail and all the rest. But I'll add it to my list to maybe do this summer.
I have in Ohio. It would be the garbage can. You get a garbage can, you put a bunch of liquor in there and a bunch of like fruit. It'd be like this fruit punch, essentially liquor drink, and it was called Hairy Buffalo.
Okay.
So you'd have a Hairy Buffalo party with this crazy fruit punch that would be served out of a trash can.
Yeah, same idea. Exactly.
Yeah.
I've known something else too. Come to think of it.
Have you ever had a trash can drink?
I've had these weddings. A lot of people have those kind of drinks you mentioned.
They do, okay.
I mean, they're going to drink that stuff down.
Yeah.
Let's have a drink. And they were having this stuff that he's talking about. Oh, wait.
Trash juice.
Trash juice. Exactly.
I just want to say mad respect for somebody who's going to serve that at their wedding. I got to tell you.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Yeah, hey. But I'm sure it would be a fun time, though.
Yeah, that's some kind of wedding you might go to.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
What kind of drink we got here? Oh, man. We need the drinks now.
Uncle, I gotta imagine Florida has their version of that. I'm not sure if you know what that is, but I want to know what that is. I bet that's very interesting.
All right, now you've officially frightened me, okay?
First of all, we go to the middle of the pool.
The middle of the pool?
Bartender, please. Bartender, please. What do we got to drink today? Oh, this kind of mixture. What are we serving here? We don't know. Have a drink.
This is in the pool you're talking about.
The driver in the pool, and they have a bar in it.
Yeah, there's a bar. Oh, the bars, the poolside bars. Yes,
right.
And that's a Florida thing.
That's more like a Florida thing.
Sure.
So they have these things. They copied it off of where we went to visit. Remember?
Sure. Yeah, I've a lot of resorts.
Yeah,
resorts. They've got the pools and
the bars. They copy it off of them.
Yep.
This is what the Florida people do.
They get in the pool, they start drinking.
But the people, beaches, they go bounce bananas.
Daytona Beach?
Oh, man. Those beach people.
Look out for them.
they are not even close to what's going on.
Yeah.
I mean, I could go pick up a load of cans half a day and pick them all up. It's
on the beach.
On the beach is the way those people do.
So that's a money-making opportunity there.
Bob, you go crazy talking about your beer program and talking about that. They go crazy.
I'll have to go down there and hit them up and, and check it out.
They're going to go down there and see. Yeah. When they have their parties, it's mostly when it is all action.
Sure.
Like a party, like a birthday party, like a anniversary party, or like a wedding party, things like that.
The occasions.
Occasions.
The big celebrations.
Yeah. That. I mean, bang there. Whoa! Look at all these cans. I'm figuring money in my head.
But to bring it back to the hard seltzers, I don't see the point of using the White Claw if you're starting to make mixed drinks. If you're gonna make a mixed drink, just throw vodka in a regular.
Because I mean they're not cheap. The White Claws and I had a friend of mine who follows me on Instagram reached out to me because Pabst Blue Ribbon has a hard seltzer as well. And earlier this week, he reached out. He said, "Hey, did you try the PBR seltzer yet?" I said, "No, I haven't seen it yet." And actually, when I went out yesterday and I saw the Four Loko one, I was standing in line, and in the separate cooler towards where the register was, I saw they had a 4-pack of the PBR hard seltzer. And for 4 cans, it was $8.99 for 4 cans of PBR hard seltzer. And I'm like, for that price, I'll pass on that.
Now, are the beer seltzers, are they mixed with beer or are they just seltzer?
No, they're still the same. They're still this seltzer. I mean, like the Bud Light has their seltzers, and it's just a hard seltzer just with the Bud Light, branding on it, or the PBR branding on it. It's still a seltzer just like the White Claw or what we have here with the Four Loko. It's a seltzer with the flavor just with their branding on it. I know a lot of people said the same thing at first. They were like, Bud Light has a seltzer. Is it beer with a seltzer and a flavor? Yeah. I'm like, that doesn't sound very good. But it's like, no, it is just a regular seltzer with the flavor just like you're drinking there with the White Claw. But yeah, like you would think, people at first think like, well, this is a beer that has seltzer in it. Why would I want to drink this?
Sounds horrible. Yeah, it's such a weird thing. It's interesting to just see the market trends and everybody jumping in there, and then the confusion that ensues. It's like, okay, a beer seltzer. This makes no sense.
Right. And stuff like Bud Light, who kind of jumped in on it just because they saw the success that White Claw had. They're like, oh, crap, there's really a market for hard seltzers. Let's get in on this and, do it. And we'll put our $1 billion budget with it, so they'll market during the Super Bowl and everything. When like I said, we don't see anything about White Claw. There's no commercials or advertisements on, sports, things like that. But Bud Light is like, okay, we'll create a seltzer, we'll throw it out there, put it in every advertisement we can to try to gain the market share from White Claw. But
We'll put a big cardboard cutout of a Bikini Babe drinking one
exactly.
in every corner store. You
want to see how fast they go take the drink after all that?
Yeah.
You mentioned
Well, yeah, that's what they do.
There's a lady there. Let's go have some drinks. Everybody steps to the bone.
Time-tested alcohol marketing.
And it's funny because you go through and you look at all this stuff, and seltzers now are the big fad, and Chuck had brought it up earlier about, the hard sodas, 3-4 years ago, like the Not Your Father's root beer. They had some hard orange sodas. There was like Coney Island cream soda, things like that were the big fad at the time with these sodas. And then, they kind of are a hit for, a summer. And then they kind of, fade away. They're still out there. You can still buy them, but they're not at the front lines So it's like you're saying, these market trends of all these different beverages and fads that come through. It's like, all right, what's next? I'm still waiting for the bum wines to make that wrap around again to come at the forefront.
Yeah, I saw one of those hard sodas, or I saw a couple of them at the store when I was making my rounds. I'm like, no, that's old news. And I was like, I gotta get one of these seltzers. So
because I did a whole big thing, back when those were the big thing. I did a couple podcasts and posts. I was trying them out and doing reviews. I mean, this was probably like 2015, 2016 at the time. That was the big thing. And then, by 2018, 2019, it's the seltzers now. So, yeah, they're evolving.
So you're saying the seltzers then are taking over for the liquid of the
alcohol.
The alcohol.
Yeah.
It's a new one.
It's a new thing.
It's a new kid on the block, Uncle.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, for the moment, at least. Yeah. Who knows what'll be next? It'll be like hard water or something.
Yeah.
If the people agree to drink this stuff without not tasting the alcohol, well, it's in. Let them have them.
Hey, why not?
And then they drink that up, and then they're going to want to say, now, where can we get a beer, if they're drinking this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, there's so many possibilities when you think of alcohol. It's really limitless. It's just any kind of liquid you can imagine. Make it alcoholic. And then, potentially if you can, get the right attention, it could be a big trend. I don't know.
Are you into a lot of wine? Hey, Bob.
Regular wine, not really. I mean, the cheap stuff, the MD 2020s of the world, and Night Train and all that stuff. I mean, yes, but
Oh yeah, that's a good bum wine, Uncle.
I would like to try.
Yeah, I've never. I mean, I'll have regular, wines here and there, for, I guess, I don't want to say special occasions, but if I'm somewhere and, if that's all there is to drink, then then yes, I'll have a wine. But I've never had a taste for most wines that aren't on the bottom shelf variety.
I'm not wild about wine either. Yeah. In the chat room, we're getting Creative Accidents saying that he likes grapefruit beer after exercise. So that's interesting.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of fruit beers and stuff too, and I could see that as, I've had a few different few fruit beers over the years, and some are pretty good, and
okay.
Yeah, it's still a step up from the seltzers, at least in my opinion.
I agree with that. But we're getting toward the tail of the show, so why don't we do the shout-outs portion here? Bob, do you have anybody that you'd like to send a shout-out to on the show tonight?
Well, I'd like to give a shout-out to a couple of our contributors to the BWB wrestling portion of the website. Dennis, who does a great job, doing a lot of wrestling reviews. And also our buddy Captain Crude, who's taken a brief hiatus from the social media world and his Crude Experience column that he does every week. So we wish our buddy Crude the best in his social media hiatus, which I guess we all need from time to time to take a break from the dangers of social media in the world we live in, but that's about it from my side.
Yeah, preach on about that, Bob. Uncle, you want me to give a couple shout outs here? Okay, I'll give shout outs to all those essential workers out there working away. The people at the grocery store selling drinks like the White Claws, the Four Locos, or what?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Cheers to those guys. Yes, definitely.
Yeah, thank you for doing a fine job. I talked to the nice woman who was the cashier at Ralph's when I bought this, and I had a fun little conversation. It's always good to talk to people like that. So shout out to them. Uncle, do you have a shout out?
Shout out to a couple of things here. To those people he mentioned.
Sure.
Good.
Sure.
And also from the doctors about this disease. I have to come back to talk about that in a moment.
Okay.
I have to give a shout out to those doctors to take the time to get a disease put in for the people. But not out to these around people that talk like the government. The government slow down and have these things organized before a few more people die.
There we go.
I mean, because this has gotta stop. With this and the people that talk about them, we're saying what goes on is fine, but other than that, they don't want to hear what else is going on.
Not at all.
Yeah.
All right, there's a shout out.
That's a shout out.
That's a good shout out session there. Bob, why don't you let people know your website and any other social media and all that people can find you? Where can people find you on that?
Well, you can find me over at bumwinebob.com, where we bring you the best of the worst in cheap booze, bum wines, beers, 40s, malt liquor, and everything else in between. Just because it's cheap in price does not mean it is cheap in quality. Just because it's a budget beer doesn't mean it's a bad beer. So we kind of bring you the bottom shelf goodness that people might have grown up drinking and might be ashamed to admit these days as they get older. But hey, it's your safe place to come over and hang out with us and have a few drinks. And you can check out my podcast, Bumming with Bobcat, on all your favorite podcast apps. I know you guys are gaining on me here. I'm at episode number 187 on my show. Oh, so you guys you're kind of creeping up on me there. So I got to kind of start churning out some more shows to to keep ahead of you guys.
Got to produce that content there.
Much.
I know. I took a little bit of
you were that less.
I know. I took a little bit of a break, earlier this year when I talked to you guys over the New Year's. I had this never-ending sinus infection that lasted for like 3 months, and so I wasn't doing much of the podcasting at the time. But after that finally cleared out, then I started to pick up the pace again. So, hoping to hit a big 200th episode extravaganza, by the late summer time. So yeah, so check out Bumming with Bobcat. You can follow me at BumWineBob on all social media, and that's it. We keep it simple.
Yeah, keep it simple. All right, Bob. As I was saying at the head, it's always great to have you. Yeah. It's a fun show. This hour went quick. Great to have you as always.
Yeah, I know. We said we do a kind of a bi-yearly podcast. Maybe we'll have to bump it up to like a quarterly podcast. Maybe. I know you were saying. I was going to say in the fall. I know you said you wanted to come up with some sort of a drink concoction. Yeah. Maybe we can kind of get a fall. Because when we did like the winter one last time, when we did the Trader Joe's spiced ale, and you did the pine needles and
the pine needles
stuff.
Yes, I remember that.
I love the pine needles. I love the Trader Joe's. All that was
so
really
so
good.
Maybe we'll discuss. We'll brainstorm. We'll come up with something maybe for a early fall podcast and some sort of a drink that we can talk about either on your show or my show. We'll make it work. So, but yeah, definitely, it's always great chatting with you guys.
We're there. All right. Bumwine Bob. There he goes. Uncle, that's the show. Bring us home here.
Well, that's the show. So long. Bye-bye.
Last shout out to Brother Bear, though, as we close.
Oh yeah. Shout out.
Absolutely. Rest in peace, Paul Bear Vasquez. Sorely missed. One of a kind. Awesome. And I feel lucky to have even talked to him.
Me
awesome.
too.
It was awesome.
I was really shocked too. I mean that
Great
that
guy.
shocked me when your father heard before us.
Absolutely.
That's what got me.
Yeah.
So how did he know so fast? You know, it happens.